Real estate agents always ask me, real estate developers always ask me, content is so hard. How do you keep up with it? How do you do it? How do you always think of new ideas? Well, the thing is, you don't have to. You are overcomplicating content. It can be easy if you just figure out what system you can surround yourself with and then use that system to implement within your everyday life. If you're in the real estate industry and you're already seeing properties, property tours are the way to go. You don't even have to edit them. It is crazy that this is the format I'm seeing work the best right now, and it's evergreen when it comes to the content, which means you can post a house tour today, and in 3 years, people will still see that home tour. It'll obviously get the most traction, the most viewership within the first month or two, but still, this is the actual format that doesn't have to overcomplicate content. Real estate professionals make it so difficult. Film it as if you were filming a vlog. Vlogs are coming back. You might see on your YouTube that a lot more creators are posting vlogs, whether that's 2 videos, 3 videos a week, because it's much easier to throw out videos on YouTube when maybe before it was a lot harder because it seemed like you had to have all this crazy fancy setup. All these different gurus are telling you what type of social media marketing you need to have now. How many people that you know personally are building social media marketing agencies? To me, it is insane. Well, I mean, there is opportunity there, obviously, because everyone knows that you have to have a brand, not have to, but in order to actually scale, it is more profitable to build a brand around whatever business you are creating. So if you're in the real estate industry and maybe you're getting all your deals off of referrals, sphere of influence, friends, family, contacts, it wouldn't hurt to get yourself out there, make some content, talk about yourself a bit. So then instead of Sally, your next door neighbor, knowing you, and then Steven, who's your cousin's best friend, you might get Sarah, who is overseas and is looking to relocate to your area. You never really know who's watching your video when you are looking at a camera, filming content, or holding the camera and walking through a home. Now, that's what I wanted to explain to you guys. That if you haven't seen my channel in the past, I have a YouTube channel with 150,000 subscribers posting luxury home tours. It's a repeatable format that I figured out to continue to post every week without having to think about what's next. All that I thought about when it came to what's next is what's the next home that I have to tour. And because I've built up over time a collective database of hundreds and hundreds of well produced or well packaged homes, most people that come to your channel won't even click on the videos that show up on your channel. Let's say you send someone your YouTube channel, say, hey, look at me. This is who I am. This is what I do. You have a channel with 2,000 subscribers, but if you have a good profile picture, good banner, and good thumbnails, titles, they will think you are legit. So building that repeatable format where you can walk into a home, talk about it as you're a real person, so you can speak for 20 minutes. Just pretend you're showing your friend or a client, a buyer, the property, and that's how you don't have to overcomplicate content. I just am so fed up with all of these social media gurus. I have said it already, but they all just want something from you. And this is truly the way to go about creating content without thinking you're going to get sold or thinking that there's something in it for the other person. There's truly a burnout when it comes to thinking of the next idea, trying to be creative, be writing a script, posting a short form video that takes you a whole day to film. This repeatable process is the easiest way to go about it. I know because I've done it for 5+ years now. It's crazy. And you don't even have to go viral, but you have a much better chance of getting an audience when you do post a home because everyone finds nice properties on their feed and wants to click on them. And maybe it's not even a nice property. Maybe it's a $300,000 home that's a basic family home. Well, that video still could get 500 views, 1,000 views, depending on how you package it. And those people are all people interested in still. They don't even have to be interested in anything. That's still 500 people hearing you speak for 20 minutes. That's essentially creating 100 short form videos, if you think about it. someone that actually is sitting there or throwing it up on their TV. Whereas also about 50% of people that watch home tours or even more are watching them on their actual television. So they'll throw it up, they'll see it in the background while they're cooking, they'll hear you for 20 minutes. Whereas on Instagram, they're scrolling reels, they're not clicking a video to watch. They're scrolling and you are surprising them on their feed. They don't even want to see you on their feed. But they might see the first 3 seconds just because you're there, and then they'll scroll past and they won't even remember you the next day. But if you listen to someone for 20 minutes talk, and that's actually taking a decent chunk out of your day, they're going to remember you. They're going to remember what you talked about, at least to some extent. And then when they see you again on a consistent basis, week after week, it takes 7 videos of someone to watch of yours in order for them to subscribe. That's the math that I've heard, according to some studies. But can you post 7 videos of you coming up with a new idea? That's taking a lot of mental energy and brain power. But if you just think about what house to walk into and film with your iPhone, it's easy. It's a much easier process without overcomplicating it. Once you figure out this formula works for you on a channel that you can create and build house tours around it, it gets fun. I mean, I've been doing it for a while now and I'm not stopping. I'm continuing to do this and push even harder on it and grow throughout 2026. I'm really taking YouTube as serious as possible throughout the rest of the year, and I hope you guys do too. That's why I want to tell everyone, because this niche cannot get saturated. There is an abundant amount of properties and they're building more around the world. So travel to different homes. I promise this is probably, of any niche that you could even create on YouTube in general, this might just be the easiest one to actually get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm not lying. So if you really think about it, what else do you not have to think as much? You just have to line up a home to get into, which, since you're in the industry, it's not even that difficult. I'm sure you could get into 10 homes tomorrow if you really wanted to. So why don't you? Instead of figuring out what Instagram trend to follow and hope you go viral, but then you get 30 views, you get upset at the person who created the video, then you're in this endless cycle of how do I even build my brand? Well, you're not building a brand on Instagram, you're just building trendy virality potentially, whereas YouTube builds an authentic, real personal brand. Think about anyone you know on YouTube versus anyone you know on Instagram, and think about how you view them in your mind when it comes to authority being established. That's all I wanted to say. You don't even need fancy gear, just consistency. And that is the format that works. I'm in the game. Hope you guys are too. Subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you next time.